Hello guys, welcome to part 3 of the Q&A with the Harley Spencer tarot deck. Very, very exciting. So whenever I get a new deck, I like to do a little Q&A over on my Instagram to get to know the deck properly. So yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram, it is must be a Gemini tarot with full stops in between each word over on Instagram, although I'll put a link in the description box below. And although these questions have come from Instagram and they are for specific people, the advice actually could be quite general. So if something leaps out at you and you think the situation sounds similar to something you're going through, then maybe the advice will resonate for you as well. Again, let me know in the comments down below. Okay, first question is for Kashish Khanna is looking for some general guidance. So let's have a little look and see what's going on. And again, advance warning, this deck is take no prisoners deck. Makes no apologies, the messages can be quite harsh, I think, but harsh in a good way and in an honest way. So general guidance for you. Ooh, okay. So first card you got out is the Six of Pentacles. Now with that being in reverse, that for me is a situation that you're dealing with where you're feeling a little bit withdrawn. I think. I don't feel, because in the upright, this is a lovely card of being able to share the wealth, of being able to share your experiences, show people what you're really, really about. But the fact that that's in reverse for me, I feel like the overall situation that you're going through is that you don't overly feel that you don't feel like you've got a position, or that you're in a position rather, where you have something to say. And that's tough, because I think then you've got the Nine of Wands come out again. And for me, this is, if you check this bit out here, there's a lot of being silenced in that, a lot of suffering in silence. And I think that's why you're probably not feeling that you've got anything to share with everybody, with your people around you, like with friends, family members, people that are close to you. You've also then got the Ace of Swords in reverse. Now for me, and again in the upright, that's a lovely card of like escape. Like these little two are just like trying to run for the hills and trying to get out and start something new and start something fresh, and that's lovely. The fact that that's come up in reverse, I feel like this situation that you've got where you're struggling to deal with things and people are not hearing what you're saying, it's keeping you feeling a little bit trapped and a little bit like you don't really have anywhere to go. Now, unfortunately, at the bottom of your reading, you've got the Tower. And that is, again, about letting things go. It's about, having barriers that are in place, but you need to bring those barriers down. So I feel that, if you bring your barriers down a little bit. And again, so I love this. There's so much in this card. So see how these people are playing chess. It's all about moves and counter moves. It's all about, trying to work out your best path of action, your best course, to get these barriers down. And that will help you get that Six of Pentacles back into the upright and be able to get you feeling a bit more abundant, a bit more sharing. Anyway, I hope that helped. Next question is self-ex-loathing. So what does my ex feel for me? Which again is also a very general reading. So if you're wondering what your ex is thinking, how they're feeling about you, then we will have a little look, and that could resonate for you as well. Hang on, I've got a flipper there. Let's do that back in the middle. Okay, so what does my ex feel for me? Well, they were not shy about coming out. Okay, so the first card out in the center is the Sun. Now this is a really, really lovely card, because this is all about having everything you want. Like, it's that real fresh, like, look at those oranges. Like, it's that fresh feel, like, when you have fresh orange juice and it's all lovely and it's all, you can taste all the goodness, you can taste everything that's shiny and new in it. So I feel like your ex is looking for this way of having that newness feeling, of having something new to offer you. Could be that they feel they're holding all the cards as well, but around that, the next step you've got is the Six of Wands in reverse with the Four of Cups in reverse. Now, again, for me, the Six of Wands in the upright is very much about having that victory feeling, the victorious feeling, sorry. And again, Four of Cups in the upright is taking that moment out to really appreciate what's going on. But I feel for you, well, for how your ex feels about you at the moment, is they're kind of stuck with how they can proceed towards you. And I think they want to, because I think you've, like I say, with that Sun in the upright, I think they're looking for a way to kind of bring that happiness and that joy back into your situation, but they're not quite sure how to do it. And as a result, because they don't know how to get to this victory stage, they don't know how to manifest that achievement, I think that's what's holding them back with that Four of Cups, and why they're not open to, because like the Four of Cups in the upright traditionally is, you know, despondency. It's ignoring the offer that's coming in. With this deck, I don't feel it is that. This is like, it is a kind of ignorance, but it's not. When I say ignorance, not like stupidity, as in like ignoring. But I feel like they can't really get through to you, and this is where again it comes in, because so you've got Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles on the outside. So at the very top of their being, they are trying to look for a new way of doing things. They're trying to look for that fresh energy. They're not coming up with any goods yet. And that's really sad. The reason they're not coming up with the goods is because they're not confident on their own, with that Nine of Pentacles being in reverse, and also with that Seven of Pentacles, they're not focusing on what it is that they've got and what they've achieved so far. Because these two, again, I love these in the upright, but in the reverse, it's a really lonely situation, because that, you know, should be having the most wonderful time, just really enjoying their cruise. Again, focused on what you've got. You know, you've got the mirror balls, like throwing all that light out there, making everything seem wonderful and new, and being able to take that moment and appreciate everything. But I feel that, like, as much as they want to bring something to you, and they want to do the right thing, and they want to bring this sunshine in, I just think they've got a lot of work to sort out for themselves before they can get anywhere near coming back for you. Hope that helped. Right. Next question. Underscore Sonic23. Should I walk away or should I stay? If that isn't a question that can resonate for everyone, I don't know what it is. So, should I walk away or should I stay? Okay, so your first card out you've got is Five of Pentacles in reverse. So I actually don't think you should. I think, because this, you know, in the upright, he's a little bit lonely. Like dirty in the face, you know, he's got the dog there, so he's got the companionship, but he's still kind of like no one's really looking out for him. So in the reverse, I feel like this is you. I think your person is, it's either your person is trying to look out for you, or you are still trying to look out for that person, even though you probably think they don't really deserve it. They're a little bit scruffy and a bit scraggy, and they're not really putting their best foot forward. I personally, I feel you should stay though, because you've then got that supported by the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, both in the upright. So these cards to me, you know, sitting them in this direction, they're really, really good cards. Like, you know, the Queen of Cups, like, look, check Marilyn out, living her best life. She's not so much living her best life, but she's got that transformation going with the wings. And also there's a lot of love and a lot of offering in these cards. So I don't think it's time to pull away just yet. I think there's still a little bit of reparation you need to do for your. I want to say for your ex, for your person, that you need to help them through something, because I think they're still feeling a little bit lost. And then the next three cards, okay. Yeah. So you then got the Two of Cups, which is really nice union. It's really nice even union. It's very mirrored. It's very central. It's very much that you guys are both on the same wavelength, the same playing field. Followed by the King of Swords. So again, where you've got these two queens having a nice old time and offering what they need to offer and being there and being supportive. You've then got the King of Swords, who is again all about making the hard decisions. Sweet, you know, he's very, like, I always think he's very Ned Stark. You know, the man who passes the sentence should swing the sword. If you're going to be cutthroat and you're going to deal with things and you're going to lay the law down, you've got to be prepared to follow it through. So I don't think you should walk away, but I think you've got to walk. If you're going to stay, I think you need to stay and make it very, very clear why you're staying. You've also then got the Ace of Swords in reverse, and that for me is a stay card, 100%. Because these two in the upright, running for the hills, little escape artists. It's not. It's in reverse. I think stay, personally, which is nice actually, because normally with a should I stay or should I go, it ends up being a go message. Anyway, I hope that helped. I hope that was resonant for a lot of people. So, next one is for NAAHISN. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that one. The question is, what is going to happen to me in my near future? Lovely open question. I really enjoy that. So let's have a look at what's going to happen for your near future. Okay, so the first card that came out you got is the Four of Wands in reverse. Now, the Four of Wands in reverse is a little bit about feeling, what's the right word? Feeling like you're not a part of the community. I feel like there must be a word for that. And that's a tough cookie to crumble. It's a tough message to take, because that way up is beautiful. I love it. It's all about happy families. It's all about union. It's all about even equality. I feel like you've got a moment coming up in your near future where you're going to feel really, really let down. And the situation is going to be that you just feel a bit left out. Like other people might be going out and doing things, getting together, and they're not intentionally not including you. So it might be that it's an afterthought, that people go out and they have a nice time and you see it, for example, like a social media post, and take it personally and internalize that they've not invited you spitefully, that they've deliberately thought, let's not invite you. I don't think it is. I think it's just that people are busy coordinating what they're doing. And sometimes actually the best thing to do is to come forward and say, okay, you didn't invite me to that. That sucks. Was there a reason for that? Have I upset you? Or was it just an oversight? You then got the Death card in reverse. So I think, and again, it's actually one of the least colourful cards in this deck, which is unusual. I just really like it. But I think with that being in reverse, I think it's a situation where, following on from this, where you're feeling a little bit left out, you've got the option to either do nothing or to accept that things have changed. And sometimes, you need to make that change. Like I say, you could easily sit and just sulk over the fact that you haven't been invited, you haven't been included. But it doesn't get you anywhere. That doesn't create the change. Actually having the conversation and saying, listen, I feel let down by that. I feel that you didn't include me. Probably wasn't deliberate. Next time, could you let me know? And you got Three of Pentacles in the middle. So 100% you've got to stand up for yourself. And, yes, it's working with others, but this one particularly, I love this one, with their little placard, it's also a case of standing up for yourself. Because if you don't, you have to stand up for yourself. If you don't, who else will? And I think you need to really, really focus on that. And your next card you got is the Temperance. So again, it is, I think you're going to have a situation in the near future where you're going to have to really stand up for yourself. And like I say, I think it's probably going to be people leaving you out of stuff unintentionally. But the choice you have is to either suffer in silence and not say anything, or you step up, you force the change, because otherwise it's going to happen, it's going to happen on your behalf. And don't put too much don't give too much credit to people not inviting you to things or not including you in conversations, because actually quite often it's an oversight rather than a deliberate thing. Anyway, I hope that helped. So next we have Oishi Chowdhury. Anything I should know about our connection? So I'm assuming this is to do with a partner that you're with rather than someone in separation. So this is for those of you who are in partnerships right now. Let's have a little look and see, is there anything that you should know about your connection? Okay, be right back. We've got some floras. So, your first card out you have is the Nine of Wands. And it's come up in the reverse. So I feel like this for me is a case of you've still got a little bit of a way to go with your connection. I think you've got a little bit of a struggle to get through. Because the Nine of Wands in the upright is all about, having that moment where you've worked out the moves and the counter moves. You've put things in place. I think because it's in reverse, I think you've still got a few of those to go through. And that's not easy. Because knowing that you've got something, like I think sometimes when you're told that there's going to be a hard time, you look out for that hard time. If someone tells you, oh my God, you've got great stuff coming, you look out for that great stuff. So I don't want you to be too downhearted by that. But I think you've just got to really embrace the fact that, you know what, if there's going to be a hard time, there is going to be a hard time. You can deal with it. Forewarned is forearmed. Like knowing it's coming in, you can prepare for it. And again, I'm such a fan of managing expectations. Your next two cards that you've got out for your connection between the two of you is the Lovers with the Page of Pentacles. So I think, sounds really awful, I think your way of getting through this is to have that fantastic argument, and then that lovely makeup. Because, you know, like this deck, for me, there's 3 versions of the lover cards. This is the maid. Right? Yeah, the maiden part of it. It's the fun part. It's the excitement. It's the... I mean, you don't need me to explain it. You can see on the card what that's about. Again, thank you, Harley Spencer. But I think that coming up with the Page of Pentacles this is going to be your way of getting through these tough times, with this 9 of Wands being in reverse. When the tough times come, you know what? Throw caution to the wind. Be the Page of Pentacles. Be fun about things. Look for new ways. Look for exciting things. Date nights. Spice things up a little bit to get things back on track, because the connection is there. And, you know, this, for me, I know it sounds like it might all be a little bit about that. It's not. It's a part of that. You know, intimacy is a part of a relationship. And I think you've got to keep the intimacy. In my opinion, I feel when the intimacy goes, the relationship's suffering. And I think it's one of the first things, for me, that is a signpost. So keep it going. Find new ways. This could be about being a little bit experimental to get through these tough times. You know, be a bit more lighthearted about things, because actually when the tough times come, it's very easy to get down and focus on what's wrong, and rather than trying to lighten things up. You know, sometimes I think if you, like, there's a friend of mine who always says if she's in a foul mood, she needs to speak to someone else to get herself out of that mood. And maybe that's something that you need to know for your connection, is that if you're angry with each other, separate yourself out, find someone else to talk to for an hour or 2, take yourself out of a situation, come back in fresh. Anyway, I hope that helped. So next question is for VX_Devi. What are RK's feelings towards me? So again, so this is, I feel like this is more of a separation for the collective. I feel like if you're waiting on news from someone, from an ex, then this will be for you. So it's what is your ex's feelings towards you, but for VX Devi, it's going to be what are RK's feelings towards me. Okay. So there's a right. So we'll start with this. So you got the 5 of Wands in reverse. Now, for me, that is a motion of, I think you're going to be waiting a little while to find out. I think your person's feelings towards you are not ideal. I think they've still got a little bit of work that they need to do, and they're trying to be a little bit free and easy with how they're behaving towards you. And because in this way around, for me, it's very much a bit of confusion, it's a bit of conflict, it's not, you know, it's playing the long game. This, to me, isn't playing the long game. The reason I say that is because it's also backed up with the Knight of Wands, which in this deck is very much, again, I don't know if this will play right way around or not, but it's I think I love you. Who are you? This isn't someone there for the good time. This isn't someone who's necessarily there for the long run. You've also then got the Page of Wands, again in reverse. So I think the communication, the progress of communication, the energetic communication isn't coming very soon. You've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. So it's more from the fact that this person isn't happy with who they are than they aren't happy with you. And again, I say it all the time, 99% of the way people behave towards you is no reflection on you, it's a reflection on them. And actually, they've got the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So I think your person is just in it for the short haul. I think they're still very aware that they've got stuff they need to deal with on their own. They've got to get themselves cleaned up, you know, because nobody's coming in to help clean them up. Nobody's coming in to help them process their things, their situations, which is why you've got those cards in reverse, which is why they're coming up, you know, with very much delays, very much like inconsistencies and happiness in themselves, which is why I think they're just, you know, Knight of Wands all over. Sorry, I hope that helped. Okay, last one. Sormaya Thomas. Okay, does TK love me? Now, I'm always going to say it. Don't ask the question if you don't want a bad answer, especially when you're using this deck or the Badass Tarot, which is a sister deck to this one, by the same creator, because the messages will be blunt. So, does TK love me? This, as I say, could resonate for anyone who's questioning whether their person loves them or not. Okay, so there was a flipper and then there was two cards that came out. The cards that came out were the Tower and the Ace of Pentacles. Now again, this for me is 100% a no answer. Because this is letting things go, finding something new. So do they love you? I think they've got issues with regards. I think they probably want to offer something, but unfortunately, unless you let it go, it isn't able to come back. Is basically my advice on that. Because there's that old famous thing, isn't it? It's like if you let them go and they come back, they're yours forever. If they don't, they weren't meant to be for you anyway. That kind of thing. That for me is what these cards represent, is letting something go in order for it to come back and come back fresh. Come back with new energy, come back with an actual new offering of something that is shiny and new and will fulfill you and has all those different layers and different developments. So for the moment, I think it's a no. But then the card that flipped is the Six of Cups, which is a reunion. 100% it's a reunion. Also love these cards. But I think for me, I think for the moment, I'm going to say no. I don't think that it's over though. I think once you separate off, I think if you call it a day with your person, they get spurred on to find a new way of being for themselves, which enables them to come back for you. That was a bit... Actually, you know what? I'd be happy with that reading for myself, because sometimes I think when you're questioning whether someone loves you or not, it's nice to hear that they actually need to sort themselves out before they can come back to you. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Harley Spencer, for a lovely deck. Thoroughly enjoying it, in case that's not obvious already. If you would like to put a question in for my next Q&A session, make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll put it again in the description box below. If you weren't one of the questioners, queerance, people asking questions, any of them resonated, pop it down in the comments down below, and I will see you very, very soon. Take care.